tweaker who couldn't get what he wanted from me, an insecure cheese lady, and unsuspecting pretzel bites were my downfall. I used to work in a deli and I loved it. I loved my job. I didn't love who I worked with. Unsuspecting pretzel bites, fat bitches, and a fucking tweaker pushed me out of the kitchen. For whatever fucking reason that was. It's a story time in itself. But I loved my job for what it was. I loved some of the customers. They'd come up and they'd be like, "This is who you're cutting up a sandwich for," and it'd be a picture of their dog. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I love when people get good food after a long day of work. You know, I hate that shit. You come home from work and you're eating bad food. Who wants to eat bad food? So I took a little bit of pride in I'm making you some good food for whatever time of day it was, whether it was a catering order or if it was just for you or your dog. Apparently, trying to work and doing your job good in less time than they do collectively really bothers others. And it would bother me too if I was a bum. But I'm not a bum. I'm not a bum in work ethic, I'll tell you that. So it just pisses me off. I was eating a burrito earlier that I have gotten from the so-called deli. And I ate it. It was a good burrito for what it was. But you can just tell. You could taste the burrito, because trust me, I know who made the burrito. The bitches who made the burrito have hate in their heart. You can tell they don't wash shit. You can tell they don't wash their nasty ass hands. It tasted like you put a burrito, brisket breakfast burrito in the pan and you dump all the seasoning on top and you just let it cook like that. Like you don't mix it and shit. You don't put the love in it. And that's just wild as fuck. How do you not put love in your food? How do you not love what you're doing? Unless, like, you hate your job and shit. But, you know, those people need to be out of their job. If you hate your job, just go do something else. Or maybe don't hate it so bad you can taste it. I hope those bitches that made my burrito in the deli, I hope they order a sandwich from somebody else. And that somebody else jizzes in their sandwich and they eat that shit. And they're like, this burrito tastes a little off. I hope they eat that shit with a smile on their face and they can't fucking figure it out because it's all wonky as fuck. And all you can do is hope that maybe it's just a dirty pan and they didn't do some whack ass shit to your burrito because they can't wash their fucking hands. And mind you, I used to get these burritos all the time. All the time. They used to be so good before they fired the good worker and they kept the obvious twat who can't make a fucking burrito. You look at the brisket and it's clearly been mashed and washed with something. It's like, why do you wash brisket? I don't get it. Unless you're putting like sauce on it, but there was no sauce other than the asshole they smeared all over it. Mind you, I still ate that shit because I'm poor. I gotta do what I gotta do, but god damn it. But I can't work in the deli. I'm a menace. And pretzel bites were too much. So, therefore, I cannot step into the kitchen, which is ironic. I'm a woman, mind you. I should be in the kitchen, and I was thrown down in the kitchen, but I got thrown out of the kitchen. So I wanted to be a baker, believe it or not. That's why I was in the deli and I liked what I was doing. They wouldn't let me in the deli. It's a whole ass story time, a separate video on that. So let me know if you want to hear that. Yeah, and I just wanted to be a baker. They wouldn't let me be a baker, so whatever. There was a lot of people I was working with that were chasing their dreams, were in bands. They weren't in like these big bands, but they were like touring outside of the state, and I thought that was badass. So it was kind of like I started to get the idea of doing content creation then. It just got sprung forward faster when I got fired. Well, I didn't get fired. We had a sticky ending. I buy all the equipment I need, the little, for gaming videos, the little, fuck do you call it? Transfer card, switch card. You plug in from the switch to your laptop. That's kind of what I had, and I was working on an HP laptop with a dying hard drive. I got 4 videos out of that thing. It was dying because it was the only thing I had. I had to show my parents, you know, like, I'm serious about this. This is what I'm doing, and they saw that. So, desktop computer, which I'm so grateful for. And they bought it, and I've been on this thing since I bought it. I've been teaching myself how to edit, what videos to watch, you know, on the come up, what I need to do. I think I got this in the bag. So while I'm preparing to make these videos, I'm hyping myself up for the greatest failure ever. You know, I think I'm gonna be this big success. I'm gonna do gaming videos. It's gonna be hype. Woo woo woo. I wish I was that naive now, because that much naiveness can still carry me through now. I really did. I thought I had this shit in the bag. I was gonna blow up overnight. A little bit. I thought the views were gonna be more consistent. It was just gonna be like a fucking walk in the park. Like, you bitches were gonna be shook when I came in, you know. And I realize now how what's the word I'm looking for? How unreasonable, irrational that is. Like, oh my gosh. You know, that's my biggest tip to everybody. Maybe try doing new things naive, because it gets you in. The analytics, you know, I've tried to ask the AI about the analytics. I've tried to watch videos about the analytics. And all the AI can do is gaslight me about the analytics and tell me it's a packaging issue while telling me it can't watch my video. And all my analytics can do is show me the ass whooping I'm getting from YouTube by it not pushing my video. And I'm sick and tired of seeing that shit. You know, I can appreciate my video sucks, but it won't even tell you why or what you can work on. Like, when you take your stuff to the AI, because I'm sure most of you talk to the AI, and if you don't, you're not missing out on anything. You try to talk to it, it sets you up for failure, but it tells you, oh my god, I'm fucking choking on the rage I have here. Oh my goodness. The analytics fucking sucks. The AI itself doesn't make any fucking sense. It wants to see you fail. It tells you it's a packaging issue. It tells you tighter thumbnails and tighter titles. And I've already hashed it out with my AI. I've hashed it out so bad it won't write scripts for me anymore. It's a gaslight fuck. Because I ripped right into it. I told it, how dare you tell me it's a packaging issue when you can't even watch my package to let me know what is the issue part of my package. Because I show it, I make my own thumbnails. I get all the screenshots I need. I get all the photos I need. I do all that shit myself. I take all the inlays, I layer all that shit, yada yada yada. I do all that shit myself, and then I take a picture of it, and I send it to the AI to tell it, like, is this a compatible thing? Is this compatible? Is this good? Is it crap? What could I work on? And for the most part, it tells me, oh, it's okay. And I'll put up a couple thumbnails that I've done where it's like, oh, it's okay. it could use a little bit of work. And you know, mind you, I'm working with what I knew at the time before I found the fucking thumbnail button. Because that's the thing, unless I'm stupid, I've never really seen anyone talk about, oh, if you go into CapCut, there's the fucking thumbnail tab and all this shit. Probably just stupid, but I overlooked it. And the second I knew about it, my thumbnail skills go up, and then I show it to the AI, and it's like, that's perfect, but it needs to be tighter, and you know, the font needs to be white, and you need to put your face in the corner. And it has such a hard-on for put your face in it, in the corner, in a reaction with only like 3 words. Go fuck yourself. I'm not putting my face on it, because what part of I'm a faceless gaming channel can you not grasp? What part of your code do I need to type in so you can fucking understand? Faceless channel. It's like, it's just not me. But YouTube's new set of rules, they target faceless channels, gaming channels, toy channels, because YouTube deems if you're valuable. YouTube's AI. This is a separate AI that you talk to for help, right? So 2 different AIs working against you at all times. So YouTube tells you, you know, your stuff's not valuable. You know, I watched the first 30 seconds of it and your video's crap, so I'm not gonna push it at all. Oh, you got a copyright. Oh, well, I'm just gonna cut off your video at 2 views and I'm not gonna push it ever at all. Nobody's gonna watch this. And it punishes you for copyright. So like, you get the copyright, obviously, and the copyright strike. But even if you get the warning, it gives you, you know, it deducts points on your channel for how well you do. And if your next video does bad, it's just not even gonna push your next video. So you consistently have to push good videos, in its eyes, good videos, for it even to think about pushing you. And that's bullshit. That is so bullshit. And of course, when I started doing YouTube back in June in 2025, you know, before I started that wasn't a problem. So of course I'm doing with new sets of problems, and that's just bullshit. I am just trying to make a career off of making videos. I'm trying to figure out what I like to do. I'm doing gaming videos right now because I like it. I think that's something I'm good at. Would I love to expand my content? Of course. But it's not really motivating to keep doing content when I'm just getting, you know, my back blown out by the YouTube AI, and then I'm getting laughed at by ChatGPT and Claude. I mean, tell me you're not using it. You can laugh at me all you want. Tell me you're not using it, asking it questions on your YouTube and shit, making you shit. And if you're not, go ahead and clown me in the comment. I don't give a flying fuck. Okay? I've talked to it. I have rabbled both AIs up so bad, they don't even want to talk to me. Because they're just chat bots in echo chambers that are just hyping you up so you do it. And then when you fail, it can coddle you. And then when you don't want to be coddled, it cops an attitude. Which is weird, because robots are not supposed to be copying attitudes. And they are. Which is strange. Whatever. Pretty sure that's how the Terminator starts. But what do I know? I got thrown out of a kitchen. So, and now I'm just more determined to work on this, because there has to be a way to thrive as a creator, right? YouTube used to be the place where you had to be good at what you do, right? But you could still be a creator on it. And now it only wants to push narratives and AI slop. It will kill an actual growing channel that's a real person. Whatever, do what you gotta do, but why do you gotta stomp me out? Why do you... I'm just like a bad omen, man. Of course, I start when the rules are harder. Of course. It's alright though. I keep grinding, but there's no reward. You know, they keep telling you, oh, carrot on a stick type of shit. You keep going. Well, I mean, you can do that for so long, but when do you get rewarded? Can I enjoy the fruits of my reward a little bit? You know? Could you pay me a little bit? Could you push me a little bit so I can get paid? I mean, like, once the momentum, like, the views start going, you know, or you start getting 50 views, 100 views, 150, 200, etc. It starts to feel more like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. You can't just be showing up for the same 3 people for 2 years and you're like, I'm the hot dog, I'm getting somewhere, and I'm just gonna keep on going. There's something not working there, and either it's you or it's literally the AI working against you, which is just fucking crap. Then I realized this was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I mean, everybody else looks like they've got it easier, and I can't compare myself to others. I just can't do that, because of course they would get it easier. I'm not saying they did anything easier. I mean, good on them. It worked out for them that, they had all their fucking pawns in the right place. They're making money. Their content's a lot easier to post because that's just what they do in and out. And me, not so much. I have lots of problems. Problems everywhere. So it's okay. I'm gonna work through these fucking problems, and this content creation, goddammit, is gonna get me there. Yes, it is. And then I run into Skylord, and this just pisses me right off. I'm still dealing with this crap. This guy cannot fuck off for the life of him. So if I call you Skylord, you're low tier fruit. Such a clown. There was a pattern, and this is the kind of crazy that I am. When I posted Skyrim videos, mine would be 25 to 30 minutes because I value your time. I don't want you to waste 4 or 5 hours watching me just dawdle around mouth breathing at fucking Skyrim rocks for 6 hours. I kind of value the viewer a little bit more than that. And I would notice like the next day, a couple of people, they would be streaming this same fucking quest I was just doing. And it's a 6-hour goddamn stream, 6 hour, 5 hour, 3 hour, some of them have actual lives. It was just a casual little check-in. They're doing the same quest I'm doing, down the same path. It was weird. So you kind of like scratch it off, like, oh, I'm crazy. Like, I'm telling my parents, I'm like, this is weird. This is pattern. This keeps happening. I come across Skylord in particular, because I think all the other ones kind of figured it out. It's like, we can play the same game, just why are you doing the same quest I'm doing? Like, why are we all doing the war right now? Why are we all doing the Mages Guild right now all at the same time, specifically doing the same quest in the same cave, getting the same fucking spell books? Why are we doing that? That's weird. But I brush it off. Skylord in particular catches my attention because I make a video which is about Thieves Guild, right? And dude takes my thumbnail but cuts out the middle and puts his crappy picture there. And I was like, brother, you can't be serious. I'm hopping upset. I'm extremely upset, but I let it go because I'm like, whatever. I'm flattered. I take that as flattery. You feel inspired by me, or we got the same eye or something. I don't know. I was trying not to be so upset. And then he does it again. I was posting every week, so it was the next week. I posted another one. It was about the Thieves Guild. And he posts one about the Thieves Guild, cuts the middle out of my thumbnail, right? It has the 2 guys on the side. And it was my thumbnail that he just recropped. I was like, wow, I can't get any kind of reward, but I can get ripped off, right? I reach out to him and I'm like, sir, this, I look crazy. Are you copying me? Because if you're not, I'll back off. I show him the photos. There was the Mages one. He copied the same fucking place I was standing. I was like, that's the same one. And then, because you recognize your own shit, right? Recognize that picture. He watches my video and takes the same screenshots, and he's taking it to his shit and uploading it. I'm like, And you want to know how I know this? So I'm messaging this dude, and he's like, no. He's like, I don't know you. I think you're a bot. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, whatever, I'll believe you. You think you're doing this legit? I'll believe you. So I back off. So I think I'm being crazy. I type up this dude channel and I give this guy a watch because he's streaming, and I give it a like because I think that I'm being crazy. So I'm gonna help him out a little bit, as an apology. I click on this dude's stream and he's talking shit on me. He's making me sound to be this big burly badass dude. Came in screaming at him, saying I was accusing him of stealing his shit. No, I thought you were. I thought I was crazy. And now that you're crashing out only you're guilty. It's like, wow, you're a fucking lying douchebag. And you know, I'm right there in the comments. I'm like, why do you gotta lie? I have the messages. So while he's lying, he blocks me. I'm like, oh, well, you're so manly. You've got to block me. I'm flattered. I'm definitely flattered at this point. That you stole my shit. And I'm still upset. I'm trying to pivot to another game, and the game I wanted to pivot to, he did. And I don't even want to play that shit. Well, comedians steal each other's work all the time. What's the big deal? You're scum. And like I said, that and no reward. Getting clowned on by 2 analytics. And Claude called me boring. Wow. You know, that makes you want to create content. Whew. You know, despite all my troubles, though, I'm still having fun. I still have joy in creating content. I still have joy in cameras, audio. It's scary. It's adrenaline pumping, and I like it. I just don't like the negative mental abuse that comes from the upload aspect of it. Like, not the dislikes, not the negative comments. Like, I don't care about that. It's the I'm not gonna get pushed no matter what. It doesn't even matter if the content's good. So it's just like, what do I need to do to be successful? I don't need to be a megastar. I just want to be a successful content creator doing what I love to do. But I am figuring out what I love to do, but I'm doing it through video games first. I'm having fun. I did this whole video without a script because it fucking told me it was boring. So you better like the script. So if you know, you know. YouTube just has a hard on for you're not going to make it as a content creator. So I'm just like, oh my god. Content creator, videographer, graphic designer, but I just want to make money from doing what I like to do. Between the Skylord situation and my negative growth, or how I view it as negative growth, is not very motivating for me to keep posting videos. I have to get over that because there is a lesson in this. If you love what you're doing and you love posting, you love making videos and all that stuff, keep doing that. Maybe you just don't post on that platform or take a break. I took a break. I took a longer break than I should have, and I'm kind of mad at myself I took a break. I should have been posting anyway. You know, I am flattered that guy stole my stuff. I mean, that tells me my stuff's good enough to steal, I guess. I'm not very happy about that. You gotta roll with the punches. So that brings me into my next point. Like, what is my channel? What am I doing? Channel goals. My channel is to be adaptable. I mean, I'm doing video games because I love video games, and I think I can break through with video games and find my way through it. But I want it to be adaptable. You know, I have a toy collection. I love toys. I love arts and crafts. I love to paint. I love to do all kinds of things. I love to keep the opportunities open. I love the story times I want to do. I've got so many. It's gonna be a great time. If that doesn't get me through, man, I don't know what is. I just plan to have lots of fun, to be adaptable, figure out how this crap works. I think one of my biggest issues is a connecting issue. I'm not connecting with the viewer. When you do this, I was so shy when I first started, but after talking to the microphone a little bit, you definitely warm up to it. It does become a lot easier. And don't always go with the first script. You know, I was pretty pissed off when my first script didn't work out and the first take didn't work out. But I'm so glad it didn't, because I'm sitting here doing this take and it sounds so much better. All the trial and error through each video is really worth it. It really sucks. It makes me mad. That's what I like about this, is it feels like there's light at the end of the tunnel through my problems. You know, I find a solution, the videos work out, my problems work out. So I just gotta trust the process more. I'm not really a fan of this process, but I'm gonna get over it. Like I said, I always find a way to love it and enjoy it. Some true colors were revealed. You know, that's what I feel like. And on a finishing note, if someone came up to me and asked me, should I start a gaming channel in 2026 on YouTube, what would I tell them? I would tell them no. You know, not from my experience, not really working. But then again, I'm doing a lot of shit wrong. I had to go fix my banner, my channel name, my description. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that you have to do that everybody can do and you can be on par with. That does not mean your videos are gonna do well, you know? So, I don't know. I'd say no, but if you like making videos, just post anyway. If it wasn't for that insecure ass cheese lady, the tweaker, and the pretzel bites, I don't think I would have ever come to content creation. It was always in the back of my mind. But I am grateful for what happens in life, good or bad, because it really does push you where you need to go. Another thing I forgot to mention are these hope baiting channels. The ones that prey on these little channels that are trying to start, and they prey on their anxiety and their fear. It's oddly wordly descripted specifically for just you. I hate to break it to anybody that doesn't know, that's psychology. They did a little bit of studying on you before they finessed you, and then you gotta take their course and you buy all the stuff, free. It's all bullshit. Those channels should be ashamed of themselves because there's so many. And I get you make a bag doing that because there's so many people that are starting content creation, but they all say the same shit because they're all getting their bullshit off of the AI. And they buy the bot packages, which I get blocked when people are like, oh, when I'm starting a new video, what should I talk about? I'm the first bitch in there to put bot packages. So many people buy these bots. Like, they'll buy 100 subscribers and they'll go, it's just oddly specific. You can tell it'll be like 1.1k, 1.3k, 1.5k. It's always an odd number, or sometimes it'll be an even number, but between their views, their likes, and their watch time, not consistent at all, and they're not telling you the truth. It's like, come on. YouTube is a big pay-to-play service. It's like when you play a game and it tells you, oh, okay, you want 50 tokens, $5. That's exactly what YouTube's like. I hate that shit. So yes, you can play YouTube, the long, grueling way, but a lot of people pay their way in faster. And when you're a poor ass bitch like me trying to just do this because you don't have any money, so you're trying to do this to make money, and you're cock blocked by everything because it knows you want to make money, so it's gotta block you. That's really bullshit. Honestly, my best advice is don't listen to any of those channels. Don't listen to these hope baiting channels. They're preying on you, and that's sick and disgusting. Why should you be listening to me? Because I'm sick of the hope baiting bullshit. I watched all those videos, probably like you, like, yeah, this guy's right, this girl's right, and I just gotta do it like this. No. When I started in June 2025, that's when we got all these new AI rules. Everything changed. We're all getting squashed and crushed. So it's not just me. It's the platform and its rules, and it's changed now. It's not the YouTube I pictured it was gonna be like. And that hurts me. And one more thing. Do not rely on your friends to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Do you know how many friends I have? 0. I asked this motherfucker, hey, I got this channel, I think my friends are gonna support me, so I'm like, hey, here's my channel and shit, you want to subscribe? You know what they said? No, I don't like philosophy and shit. They didn't even take the time to look into what my channel is. It was like, wow, philosophy rambles, I like philosophy channels. Bitch, I'm trying to have fun. I don't like being grandma all the time. Damn. Told somebody else and they don't understand. But, shout out her. She at least subscribed. Does she watch these videos? Probably not. But, she subscribed. Everybody else straight up told me no. I don't like game videos. I don't like toys. I lost all my damn friends. Can't support me? Fuck you. So on that note, to anybody that is subscribed to me or that does subscribe to me, thank you very much. And to anybody that doesn't, thank you very much. I take a lot from you as well. So I hope everybody but Skylord has an amazing day. Yes. That's bullshit. Woo. I like philosophy. No. And if you're Skylord, fuck you.